Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Yudi Helvi, SAMSM, as lecturer of the managerial economic in our class. I will also like to thank all of you for your attention in with video our presentation. So on this occasion, we will discuss material about the output rule for a multi-plan firm. However, before getting into the discussion, allow us to introduce myself first. I'm Muhammad Adli Naufal. I'm the moderator and the third speaker, and my partner is.
I'm Asri Hairunisa Wibowo as a first speaker.
I am Laila Nakesha as the second speaker.
Okay, in this presentation, we'll be presenting the material that I mentioned earlier, which is about the output rule for a multi-plan firm. So the first explanation will be explained by Astrid.
Okay, thank you, Adli. So, the first one is, what is the optimal output rule for a multi-plan firm? In a monopoly that operates more than one plan, or commonly called a multi-plan firm, the main goal is still to maximize total profit. However, since each plan may have different cost structures, the firm must decide how much each plan should produce so that total production costs are minimized. The general rule for profit maximize, maxi, wait. The general rule for profit maximization is MR equal MC1 equal MC2 equal MCN. So, in other words, the firm first determines the total output, or Q, where MR equal total MC, and then allocates production A among the plants so that the MCs of all plants are equal. If the MCs are not equal, production can still be shifted from a higher cost plant to a lower cost plant to reduce total cost and increase profit. Jadi kalau ada satu perusahaan punya lebih dari satu pabrik, tujuannya itu tetap sama, yaitu dapat untung paling besar. Tapi tiap pabrik bisa punya biaya yang beda-beda. Jadi perusahaan harus pintar nentuin pabrik mana yang bikin barang lebih banyak dan pabrik mana yang bikin lebih sedikit. Caranya dengan semua pabrik harus punya biaya tambahan per unit atau marginal cost yang sama. Yaitu MR sama dengan MC1 sama dengan MC2, seterusnya sampai dengan MCN. Jadi kalau ada pabrik yang biayanya lebih mahal dari yang lain, pindahin sebagian produksi ke pabrik yang biayanya lebih murah, biar total biaya jadi kecil dan keuntungan meningkat. Okay, that's all from me. I will give it back to the moderator.
Thank you, Astrid, for your explanation about the optimal output rule for a multi-plan firm. Next will be explained by Laila.
Okay, for the next material is we talk about how should output be allocated across plants. Output should be allocated based on the marginal cost or MC of each plant. The first is plant with lower marginal cost should be produced more. The second is plants with higher marginal cost should produce less. The goal is to make the total cost as low as possible for the desired total output. If one plant's MC is higher than another plant's, the firm can save money by producing more in the lower cost plant until both plants MCs are equal. The condition for efficient allocation is MC1 equal MC2 equal blah 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 equal MCN. Jadi, it means production should not be divided equally, but efficiently. Jadi kalau satu pabrik lebih efisien, artinya biaya marginalnya lebih kecil. That plant should produce more. Misalnya pabrik A lebih modern dan menghemat energi, sementara pabrik B itu masih manual dan boros biaya. Jadi, lebih baik to assign more production to plan A until their marginal costs become equal. So the firm's goal is to find that balance where the marginal cost of each plant becomes the same. That's when the company is producing efficiently. Um, that's all for me. I'll give it back to the moderator again.
Thank you, Laila, for your explanation and how should output be allocated across plants. Okay, next explanation is case. So the case is demonstration problem. So the problem is 8 minus 6 or P and Q equals 70 minus 0.5 Q and MC1 equal 3Q1 and MC2 equal Q2. Okay, this number one is discussion is will be explained by Astrid.
Okay, thank you, Adli. The first question of this case is, why must output be allocated according to the marginal cost of each plant? So, output should be allocated so that the marginal cost or MC in each plant is equal in order to minimize the total production cost for a given level of total output. For an inefficiency example, there is if MC1 unequal MC2. For instance, if MC1 is more than MC2, the firm is operating inefficiently. It can reduce its total cost by shifting production from the higher cost plant or plant plant 1 to the lower cost plant 2. We can we have two options actually for this case. The first one is by reducing production by 1 unit at plant 1 saves the firm MC in cost. Or the second is increasing production by 1 unit at plant 2 adds MC2 to the firm's cost. Since MC1 is more than MC2, the cost saved by reducing production at plant 1 is greater than the cost added by increasing production at plant 2. Therefore, total cost decreases while the total output remains unchanged. This reallocation process continues until MC1 is equals MC2. At this point, the firm has achieved the cost minimizing allocation for the total output level, and no further cost saving can be gained by shifting production. Jadi kenapa harus dibagi sesuai biaya itu? Kalau biaya pabrik 1 lebih tinggi dari pabrik 2, perusahaan bisa rugi. Nah, ini opsinya kita ada 2, bisa ngurangin produksi di pabrik 1, itu bisa lebih hemat biaya. Atau opsi yang kedua, nambahin produksi di pabrik 2. Jadi dia nambah biaya dikit, tapi karena biaya di pabrik 1 lebih tinggi, hematnya lebih besar daripada nambahnya. Jadi total biayanya bisa lebih turun. Dan ini akan terus dilakukan sampai MC1 sama dengan MC2. That's all explanation from me. I give it back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Astrid, for your explanation to the number one in discussion. So the next will be explained by me. So the number two of discussion of study case is calculate the optimal output for each plan and the optimal price. So the first is main goal. So the main goal is the main objective of multi-plan monopoly is to determine the total output for Q and price is P that maximize profit, and then allocate that production between the two plants, Q1 and Q2, in the least cost way. So in the case data in here, we can see the data is variable and function. So the uh, number one variable is inverse demand function is Q key Q Q P per Q is equal 70 minus 0.5 Q, and marginal cost in plan 1 is MC1 equal 3Q1, and the marginal cost of plan 2 is MC2 equal Q2. And the key profit rules in here is profit maximization. The second one is occur where marginal revenue or MR equal total marginal cost or MCT. And the point three is cost minimizing allocation. And the fourth is production shall be distributed such that MC1 equal MC2 equal MR. So the step one is find the optimal total output Q. So the A, calculate marginal revenue or MR for a linear demand curve. The MR curve, the MR curve has twice the slope of the demand curve. So the demand is P equals 70 minus 0.5 Q, and the marginal revenue is MR equals 70 minus Q. Next, so the step 2 is determine optimal marginal cost or MC. So at the profit maximizing level of total output, MC1 equal MC2 equal MC equal MR. This ensure production is achieved at the lowest total cost across all plants. And step 3 is allocate output between plants. Once MC is known, MC1 per Q1 equal MC2 per Q2 equal MC. From each plant, marginal cost function is Q1 equal F per MC and Q2 equal F per MC. So total output must satisfy is Q equal Q1 plus Q2. And the final step is step 4, find the optimal price. So the substitute total output or Q into the inverse demand function. So the P equal F per Q. This gives the market price that maximize total profit. And example calculation in based on case data, given demand Q equals 70 minus 0.5 Q in MR, 70 minus Q, MC1 equal 3 per Q1, MC2 equal Q2. Step 1 is set MR equal MCT. So the 70 minus Q equal 3 per 4 Q. So Q equal 40. And the step 2 is find the optimal marginal cost. So the MC equal 344 or 40 equal 30. Step 3 is allocate output from MC1 equal 3Q1 equal 30 to Q1 equal 10. From MC2 equal Q2 equal 30 into Q2 equal 30. And the check is Q1 plus Q2 equal 10 plus 30 equal 40. And the step 4 is determine price. So P equals 70 minus 0.5 in or 40 equal 50. In this summary of result, we can see the calculation based on case data in here. Okay, so the next explanation will be in by Laila.
Okay, for the third question of the case is what are the risk of inefficient allocation? The primary risk is lower company profit than the maximum potential. The first one is higher total production cost is if MC between plants is unequal. The firm produces the same output level at a higher total cost than necessary. So the first risk is higher total production cost. Kalau pembagian output antar pabrik tidak efisien, misalnya satu pabrik memproduksi terlalu banyak, padahal biaya marginnya tinggi, maka total biaya perusahaan akan naik. In other words, the company is spending more money than necessary to produce the same amount of goods. Contohnya, kalau plan 1 punya biaya tambahan per unit sebesar 10, tapi plan 2 cuma punya 6, dan perusahaan tetap memaksa plan 1 untuk memproduksi lebih banyak. Otomatis total cost akan menjadi lebih besar. Jadi pembagian produksi yang tidak tepat itu sama dengan pemborosan biaya. Yang kedua yaitu loss of economic profit. It is inefficient allocation means the firm fails to achieve the true profit maximizing condition, reducing net profit. The profit itself is PR minus TC. For the second risk is a loss of economic profit. Dalam teori ekonomi, profit maksimal terjadi saat MR sama dengan MC di seluruh pabrik. Nah, kalau marginal cost antar pabrik tidak sama. Artinya perusahaan belum mencapai titik profit maksimal itu. Akibatnya, walaupun mungkin tetap untung, jumlah keuntungannya tidak sebesar yang seharusnya bisa dicapai. We can say the company leaves money on the table karena belum efisien dalam alokasi produksinya. Jadi tidak rugi secara nominal, tapi rugi secara peluang. And the third is operational inefficiency. This signals waste resources and a failure of management to coordinate and optimize operation across all production facilities. Jadi terakhir is operational inefficiency. Ini itu artinya ada ketidaksamaan dalam koordinasi antar pabrik. Mungkin satu pabrik terlalu sibuk, sementara pabrik lain itu underutilized atau tidak dimanfaatkan secara optimal. In practice, this means waste resources seperti mesin yang nganggur, tenaga kerja yang tidak produktif, atau waktu produksi yang tidak efisien. Kalau kondisi ini dibiarkan, bisa menjadi indikator manajemen yang kurang baik karena tidak mampu mengatur distribusi kerja antar pabrik secara seimbang. So, it's not only about the numbers, but also how well the company manage its operations. Okay, that's all for me. I'll give it back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Laila, for your explanation for the what are the risks of inefficient allocation. So the next is we explained in the conclusion of this material. And the conclusion is in a multi-plan firm, the key to maximizing profit is efficient output allocation. The firm must produce where marginal revenue or MR equal marginal cost or MC in all plan or simply put MR equal MC1 equal MC2 and the last is MCN. When marginal costs are equal, total production cost is minimized and the company reaches its optimal efficiency. But if the allocation is unbalanced, it leads to higher costs, lower profit, and inefficiency. So the main thing is efficiency just about producing more, but producing smartly by balancing costs across all the plan. So that's our all the material. Okay, that's all for the presentation. We thank you very much for your attention. Hopefully, this material will be useful for all of us. Representing our group, more or less apologize if there are mistakes or shortcomings uh, because the perfection belong to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.